Hi dear students, welcome to online classes Mangalore University. Today I am going to talk about two different sonnets of Shakespeare, that is sonnet number 138 and sonnet number 154, the last sonnet among the Shakespearean sonnets, sonnet number 154. So this paper is prescribed for Mangalore University students, 5th semester, optional English. Earlier, we discussed about Shakespeare and some other sonnets, and his sonnet, form, structure, and its analysis. Now, we will be discussing about the complete analysis of When My Love Swears, that is 138, and Little Love God, that is sonnet number 154. Okay, dear students. Now, let us discuss about this sonnet. Sonnet number 138 by William Shakespeare. See, this is named after When My Love Spheres. Sonnet 138 presents a candid psychological study of the mistress that reveals many of her hypocrisies. Certainly, she is still very much poet's mistress. See, there are two important concepts we have to observe this particular sonnet pretty clearly. Both the poet as well as his mistress, both of them are supposed to be lie, and at the same time they know that they are lying with each other, they are accepting it. But the poet is under no illusions about her character. This speaks like this: when my love swears that she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies. He knows that, the poet clearly knows that she lies before him. He accepts without protest her false speaking tongue. Look at that. Look at the powerful usage of the words inside this particular sonnet. And experts nothing better of her. Cynically, he too deceives, and he too, you know, made her to confuse and cheats, and is comforted by knowing that he is no longer fooled by the woman's charade of fidelity to him. Nor she by now how young and simple minded he presents himself to be. Actually, the poet is becoming old and old day by day. He is an age old personality. He deceives himself that he is young, as the lover knows that he is not young, he is becoming old. In a relationship without affection or trust, the two lovers agree to a relationship based on mutual deception. See, both of them know that they are lying together, they lie with each other, they are deceptive with each other, still they are accepting their lie. Both agree never to voice the truth about just how much their relationship is built on never spoken truths. For example, look at the line. This follows like this inside this particular sonnet. But wherefore says he not is unjust, and wherefore say not I that I am old. Note that the sentence construction in these two lines is identical, similar to how both the poet and the woman identically feign lying when each knows that the other person knows the truth. The poet is content to support the woman's lies. See, he is supporting, in fact, because he is flattered that she thinks him young. She also thinks that he is young. Actually, he is not young, he is an age old personality. Even though he knows that she is well aware of just how old he is. On the other hand, he does not challenge her pledges of faithfulness, even though she knows that he is aware of her infidelity. The main theme of the concluding, two lines is lust. That is beautifully observed inside this particular poem. The lust is an important factor in the concluding couplet of the sonnet, but it is treated with a wry humor. The poet is content to support the woman's lies because he is flattered that she thinks him young, even though he knows that she is well aware of just how old he is. On the other hand, he does not challenge her pledges or faithfulness. That is, obviously, we will know that even though she knows that he is aware of her infidelity. Look at that. She knows pretty clearly about infidelity of her own, concept. Neither is disposed to unveil the other's defects. Ultimately, the poet and the woman remain together for two reasons. They are, remain together for two different reasons. Those reasons are very clear. The first being their sexual relationship, and the second thing is that they are obviously comfortable with each other's lying. See, their sexual relationship, and both of them, they know with each other they are lying. What they want ultimately, they want physical pleasure. That is what they are having. Ultimately, they lie together. That obviously require both of them, they lie. They know with each other they are lying. Both of these reasons are indicated by the pun on the word lie, meaning either to have sex with or to deceive. So, with this, I will conclude my discussion about sonnet 138, talking about the false identity of the poet as well as the poet's mistress. Both of them, they know that they are lying with each other. They are having sexual relationship with each other. That is the reason why they know that they are accepting their lies with true heart. See, uh, to have sex with or to deceive, therefore I lie with her and she with me. In order to have sex, the poet knows that he lies with her and she lies with him, and in our faults by lies we flattered our lies. Thus, the sonnet ends with its different interpretation. Now, I will be talking about the one more important sonnet of William Shakespeare, sonnet number 154, The Little Love God. Majority of the sonnets were written for a young man or the dark lady. And Shakespeare's last two sonnets, including sonnet 154, were written about Cupid. The sonnet is most certainly referring to Cupid due to Shakespeare reference to the little love god in line 1. So, due to the fact that Cupid was sleeping, he laid his art in flaming brand by the side. So, this may be closely resembled to the bow and arrow, which typically is thou to make two fall in love with heat, thus leaving a heart inflaming mark. Nymphs are described as beautiful young women, and by having owed to a chaste life, is in line 3. These women have chosen to remain virgins and pure. So the beautiful virgins chooses whom to use Cupid's power on. The general of hot desire was asleep when he was awoken by the virgin woman. She took him to a well where she dipped Cupid's torch into the water. The water from the well, when then it was hot forevermore. All because of the power of love in Cupid's torch. See, the water is hot just because of the powerful torch of the Cupid. It will become hot forever. He describes the result of the woman dipping Cupid's torch into the well. Uh, she has created a remedy for someone to be bathed in the well for men deceased. Look at that, for men deceased. You see, whoever the men who are supposed to be deceased and they have to come to the bath, well, they have to take a bath here. Shakespeare himself takes part in the sonnet. While he was under the enslaved powers of the beautiful woman, he wanted to come and bath into the into that water, the well, for a cure. But instead of a cure, he learned a powerful lesson, something he can prove, that is the sonnet number 138. See, dear students, the speaker retells the story in sonnet 153 as we are observing in sonnet 154. Once, as a cupid was lying asleep with his torch, he incites people to fall in love with by his side. Many nymphs, many beautiful fairies nymphs who had sworn to remain chaste came by. They had sworn that they had given a promise that they will be, as chaste as forever. The most beautiful of the nymphs picked up the torch, where they have observed that the cupid was sleeping. By the side of his sleeping, he kept the torch, and cupid, who usually has such great power to cause people to fall in love. See, the cupid means he has that ability to make the people to be fall in love with him, especially the women, beautiful names, so beautiful women. He is suddenly the one disarmed by a virgin who shuns love. He puts out the torch in a nearby spring, which becoming perpetually hot. Soon he puts that torch into the well. Obviously, that complete well turns out to be hot water, transformed into a hot springs where men come for cures. See, if the men come for cure in order to bath into that particular water in that well, they are not supposed to take a bath in it. Why? Means it is so hot. The speaker, slave to his mistress, I mean the Shakespeare, slave to his mistress, comes there for a cure, and has thereby proven that the fire of love heats water. See, look at that. The fire of love itself heats the water, but water will not cool the passion of love. Look at that. Look at the beautiful concluding lines. No, the love heats the water, but water will not cool the passion of love. Ultimately, the sonnet end like this. See, these two sonnets have some different concepts and different notions and different ideologies. Whereas in the first sonnet, I mean talking about sonnet number 138 is about a dark lady. It is focused on psychological study of Shakespeare's mistress, where both of them, that is an agreement. They lie with each other just because of having the physical pleasure. It is talking about poet's illusion in his wife's character. That is 138. Now, talking about 154, last among the Shakespearean sonnet is the last of Shakespearean sonnet series. It's about the love god Cupid. It's a beautiful depiction of love god Cupid. Only the power of the god Cupid determines the fate of love. See, ultimately, the power of the god Cupid, love determines. So, with this, I conclude this session. Uh, I hope you understood these two sonnets pretty clearly. Happy reading. Stay safe. Thank you very much.